Okay, today I wanted to show you how I visualize the neck, combining major and minor pentatonics and using these lower 3 strings and playing some licks on just single strings to kind of give you a swampy singing blues kind of a sound, right? I'll show you what I mean, like for a lick like this. Right, kind of what notes I'm hitting for something like that. So let's start off and draw in our root notes in red, right? So we're going to have a D there, keeping in mind we're in open D tuning, so D, A, D, F sharp, A, D, from your thickest to your thinnest string, and a D here. Now, notice in this lesson, I'm going to be primarily focusing on strings 6, 5, and 4. And sometimes I like to think of just these 3 strings as a totally separate instrument, like a cigar box guitar or something, right? Where we don't even have these other strings and we're just focused on playing these. Okay, so for that lick that I played earlier, let me show you that and kind of the scale pattern that I'm working out with that. And that's more of a major pentatonic scale. So here's our root. If we go down 1, 2, 3 frets, that's going to be the 6th of our scale. That's a B note. So there's a D note, there's a B note. Then we have the 5th of our scale there. Now here's where we're kind of combining the major and the minor pentatonic scale. Normally you'd have an F sharp, right? That's your major third. But let's go ahead and do a flatted third. There, that's part of that minor pentatonic scale. And then here is an E note, and that's going to be the 2nd of my major pentatonic scale. And then we can actually do more combining. Here's the flat 7th, so that would be in that minor pentatonic scale. And then the B note, there's the 6th of our scale for that major pentatonic sound. So we're kind of getting a roadmap here built now for that lick, and some other kind of a roadmap for you too to kind of get that singing blues style. Keeping in mind, I skipped this note here, the G note, the 4th of our scale, because we like this long, right, going all the way down from here, or even the 6th. Yeah, jumping from the 6th of our scale all the way down to the flatted third, the F note, E note, and you can actually do a pull off there. So let me show you that lick real quick. So I slide into my root note, right, 12th fret, 4th string. And then this is the major pentatonic part that kind of gives it that singing blues quality. I go to the B note, the 6th of our scale. And that 6th is what that major 6th is what really kind of gives it that singing blues quality. That kind of gospel quality, right? That happy but still bluesy sound. And then we can kind of give it that darker sound with that flatted third in there, the 9th or the 2nd, and then that flatted 7th right there. So we got root, 6th, 5th, 6th, flat third, 9th, slide up to the root. The root's in red, keep that in mind. 12, 9, 7, 9, 3, 2, 0. So with this part of the scale, we can do hammer-ons, right? That's the 6th. That's A to B. That's the 5th of the scale to the 6th. But see that sound of sliding from the 5th to the 6th to the root? And you can really mess with those interval jumps there, that longer jump. Instead of putting that flat 7 in there all the time, put that 6, just omit the flat 7th, put the 6th of the scale to the 5th. But the other neat thing I like to do is check this out. If we go straight to the 6th, right, and then I'm going to add in, here's going to be that flatted 7th there. Okay, now I can see how I do a little trill there, or what, I'm not sure what you even call that. Just right, I jump real quick up to the up to the flatted 7th of the scale, right there, 10th fret. But you don't, if you really want to get that kind of gospel singing quality to it, you can just jump over that flat 7th and kind of use it as a passing tone. Now keep in mind, if you wanted to put that G note in there, that's kind of more in the minor pentatonic scale, because the minor pentatonic scale has the 4th of the scale in there. So what you end up getting, you get a lot of chromatics that can happen. This is the minor third of the scale. We can take that minor third and move it up a half step to the major third. If you want to make it more happy, if you want to keep it dark, keep it minor and bring it down to the 9th of the scale, or remember the 9th and the 2nd's the same thing. Now this is a neat area in between here. This is the 4th of the scale and the 5th of the scale. We can put a chromatic note in there, and that's called the blue note. That would be the flatted 5 or the sharp 4. So I kind of like to do that. And then you can go up an octave. Keep in mind, whatever we do on this 4th string, we can 4th and 5th string, you can do that same exact pattern on your 1st and 2nd string. So let me put in these notes here. Those are my root notes on my 1st string and my 2nd string. Those are my D notes. And then all I got to do is to copy what I'm doing here on my 1st string, because this D string is the same as this D string, just an octave lower. Okay, so we can bring it down. And I'll just do that for now. Let's take out that 4th of the scale just for now to kind of really give us that gospel sound. Okay, so we did that. Let's see here. And I put in these 2 notes for our kind of hammer-ons and pull-offs. Okay. So now what I did is see how I doubled whatever I was doing on these 2 strings. Doubled there. So that lick that I was doing here, which is let's even remove these just to make it jump out to you a little bit more. Right, so I'm removing that flat 7, so we just got root 6th, 5th of the scale, flat 3rd, 2nd or 9th. So it's just an octave up from what we did down here. And all that hammer-on stuff that we can do here on my A string. Right, all that kind of stuff you can hammer on. Do a hammer-on or pull-off, however, any combination sounds really great because you can do that to these frets to open. It sounds nice. Slide up to your root note. Okay, hope you enjoyed that. We'll see you on the next lesson, guys.